Hey, what's happening everyone? It's Danny and welcome back to another video here on 12 Again Sports and Outdoors. Today on this video what we're going to do is we're actually going to get into another rack pack of 1986 tops. Now I've done a couple of these in recent weeks and I actually have some of the cards on display that I pulled out of some of these little packs. I got a Alan Trammell, I pulled a Sweet Roger Clemens, I got the Don Mattingly All-Star, and then the Pete Roses. Also got a Dave Winfield All-Star, and a Joe Carter. And I think I got a Ricky Henderson All-Star as well floating around somewhere. So got another one, and actually on this rack pack you see we actually got a Mike Schmidt on it, Ed Nunez, Mario Ramirez, and Jeff Lottie. And one of the things that I'd like you to look at is if you kind of look inside that pack, one of the frustrating things about 86 tops is how they're packaged, how they go back and forth. And I'd like to talk about that for just a second. I've mentioned in other videos that I'm in the quality department. I'm quality supervisor for a printing company. And my buddy Buttermilk has some artwork posted on his site that shows a picture, and it just led me to think about something, and I want to talk about that. So the artwork that he has shows a bit of a Topps uncut sheet, and the cards on the uncut sheet are shaped like this. Okay, shaped like this. Now most people know that cards like that come in, cards come in uncut sheets from time to time. You can pick them up. But going back to the statement I was making about quality, one of the reasons for this is this allows the printers, in particular the person that was running the cut machine, to have a little variability. And I'm going to pick the camera up and kind of do an overview. I'm going to stand up with this. And it allows, see where it's black all the way through, that's kind of like a bleed over print, and it allows that cutter operator some variability to where if that floats a little bit, you won't mess the cards up a huge amount. Every printing operation in the world has some inherent flexibility built in, some tolerances built into what they run. And it just kind of drove it home for me the other night, taking a look at Buttermilk's channel and seeing this picture and saying, okay, yeah. And actually the plant that I work in, we print some stuff similar fashion where we allow the print to bleed over onto other forms, and it creates a bit of a, I don't know, it just makes the production process a little bit easier. So having said that, that's some cards. The 86 top set is near and dear to my heart, and I hope to be able to build this set. I'm actually hoping to build the set based on cards I pull from these things. So there's a Steve Garvey rookie. I don't think I mentioned that just a moment ago. So that's a cool card. Steve Garvey was a pretty popular player when I was a kid. So let's jump into this pack. I won't call any shots on this tonight. I have mentioned in the past, knew these were 88 cents. I think they sell for $1.75 on Baseball Card Exchange right now if you're interested in picking any of these up. See if I can get into it. I'll tell you what, let's use the handy dandy pocket knife here, and just enough to get us going, and we'll rip down into this pack and see if we can't pull these out. But yeah, I want to build this set, and I want them to be, cards that I handle as an adult, as a grown-up, as opposed to the cards I handled as a kid. The ones I handled as a kid, I just loved them too much, I guess, and I messed them up. Alright, so first things first, that is a Mike Schmidt right there. And it is just dawning on me that I may not have all the lighting in here that I want. I'm going to reach up here and flip this light on. See if that makes it a little bit better. So, yeah, there's a Mike Schmidt, and if you look, the thing that I was talking about a minute ago, If we compare that to the card that's right behind it, which just so happens to be a Pete Rose, if you'll look at that border, that cutoff was allowed to move too much, and it's quite possible that these two cards were side by side on the plate, and that cut just drifted a little too high. And so it makes sense that probably all of these are going to be cut wrong. Oh, I'm not on camera. And if you look, there's another one that's cut wrong. So this whole pack is probably going to be a bust as it comes to cut registration, is actually what that's known as. Alright, so we got a Mike Schmidt. It's still a cool card to have. I'm glad I got it. So we'll stick him over there. And again, there's a Pete Rose. So that's our second Pete Rose. That may wind up in our giveaway pile. We got a Pat Clements with the Pirates. We got a Jim Beattie, the Mariners. Brian Downing. Buddy Bell. Tom Niedenfuhr. Dwight Evans. Every time I see him, Dwight Evans or Darrell Evans, it seems like I say much respect. Again, great players. Checklist. You gotta love the checklist, man. You can't build a set without them, so I shouldn't complain too much. John Candelaria, rather. Alejandro Pena, followed by a Willie Randolph, Joe Niekro, Sparky Anderson, and this pack is proven to be almost identical to previous packs I've pulled. George Bell, Dave Von Olin, and finally a Jeff Lottie. Alright, so let's pick up another stack here and see what we get. Alright, so there is the Steve Garvey insert. These All-Star cards were only available in the rack packs. So there's our Steve Garvey 85 All-Star insert. So we'll stick him over here on the pile. Terry Kennedy. I recently got his rookie cards. Maybe it wasn't his rookie card. I got a 19, he's either 80 or 79. I thought it was his rookie card. Maybe it wasn't, but I got a couple of them. Anyhow, long career. Kevin Gross. Bert Hooten. Let's spin them, I guess, so we don't wind up seeing the next card. Ken Daly. Dave Henderson with the Mariners. We got Hall of Famer Lee Smith with the Cubs. Steve Carlton. I'm a big fan of Steve Carlton, so I'm going to stick him over here on my pile. Tommy Lasorda. I got some cards the other day from a buddy at work, and I had several Tommy Lasordas in there. He was a Dodgers fan as a kid, so he had a mini collection of Tommy Lasordas, which was pretty neat. We have an Eddie Whitson. Brad Kominsk. Al Cohen's. Rance Mullenix. Scott Sanderson. Seems like I'm getting a lot of Cubs and a lot of Mariners. There is a Keith Hernandez. Again, JB Sports Cards. That's one of his favorite players. Stick him over here to the side. We may have plans for that one. Bob Gibson. And there's the Ed Nunez that we could see. Alright, next little stack out of this rack pack. We got a Gary Lucas with the Expos. Tom Filer with the Blue Jays. Ray Fontenot. Darryl Miller. Oh, we got a couple in a row here. We got Billy Hatcher, followed by a Randy Bush. And then there is a Richard Dotson with the White Sox. There's Oral, the hero of 1988. So he was still coming into his own in 86. There you go. There's a sweet card. Look at the centering on that one. It's high-low is off a little bit. It's got a little bit smaller border. But the left-right on that is just about perfect. Look at that Nolan Ryan. In the back, just a crisp, clean card. Love it. Glad to pull that one. Glad to pull a clean Nolan Ryan out of there. So we're going to stick that over here. We got a Ray Miller manager card with the Twins. We got a Luis Sanchez with the Angels. There's Ron Say. saw that card and I thought for a second that it was my boy Don Mattingly, but it's a Butch Winnegar. Jim Clancy. Bob Lillis. And finally we got the Mario Ramirez that was on the back. So decent little stack of cards, decent little run there. So let's go back over some of the cards we got that we had sitting down over here off camera. So one, we got the Keith Hernandez 86 tops with the Mets. Very cool. Got the Nolan Ryan. Very clean Nolan Ryan. Steve Carlton. Great pitcher. Got Steve Garvey. We got another Pete Rose manager card. Still, it's fun to pull Pete Roses. And finally, we got the Mike Schmidt with the very thin top border. So we'll take them. We'll throw these in the 86 pile. I've got some more 86 tops inventory to pull. Just, hey man, we're going to keep on ripping, keep on cranking out videos here on 12 Against Sports and Outdoors. Now, I hope in the coming days it's warm enough to get outside. I've got an idea that I want to do a pack rip outside to get outdoors. I haven't been able to do that on the channel yet. It's been raining or snowing or something. And it was a nice day today. Hopefully it'll be nice in the coming days and we'll be able to get outside and do some things. But I'm thinking about doing a pack rip in my backyard around my swimming pool. So we'll see how that goes. Guys, if you like what you see, give me a like. Appreciate any comments. Let me know. Do you like the 86 tops design? I'm building a 71 set. This reminds me of 71 set. 86 tops. I love them. 87 Donruss. I love them. Something about black cards I just love. So give me a comment. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, I hope you have a blessed night, blessed day. And we will catch you on the next video. Thanks.